Nostalgic photo albums, party invites, old friends, new ones too. Those are some of the things you might find every day on Facebook. But twin brothers in Edmonton found so much more. They found their long-lost biological father and a whole other branch of their family. 21-year-old Robert and Romando Godet were just 6 months old when they last saw their father, Roberto Gaspar. But thanks to a viral Facebook post, they've reconnected, and they're reuniting again for us and with us this morning. So let's introduce them to you. Romando, or Mando, on the right, and his brother Robert in Edmonton. Morning, guys.
Morning.
And on the left, Roberto Gaspar in Hodgson, Manitoba. Good morning to you.
Morning.
This is going to be fun. This is sort of a family reunion. You can't see each other, I know, but we can see all three of you, and it's a pleasure to have you on our program. Roberto, when was the last time you actually did see your boys for real?
20 and a half years ago.
20 and a half years ago. Wow. I don't want to get into all the details of what happened along the way. It was an ex-girlfriend and you weren't on the birth certificate, and so when she put them up for adoption, you weren't allowed to get the information on where they were. That's ancient history. The thing is, I'm wondering, since that happened, had you been on a quest to find them? Were they always on your mind? What were you thinking about, Roberto?
Always on my mind. I could never stop thinking about these boys. I tried many times to do many different things to find them, but just nobody would give me any information on them. And when my baby was born, this thing just came over me, and I looked at my partner and I'm like, I gotta find these boys. Like, what can I do to find these boys? And she's like, I can put a post up on Facebook, but don't get your hopes up, you know? Like, okay,
don't get your hopes up. Okay, here's the post. Up it goes. So you had another baby, and that was what really twigged you to find your other sons. Up goes this post, and you put as much information up on Facebook as you possibly can. You didn't know all the details. And Mando, let me come to you, because a longtime friend of your mom, your adoptive mom, says this is up on Facebook. And what do you do, Mando?
I was like really shocked. At first I didn't really believe it, and then the more I read into the post, the more I was like, this could be real. And then he got almost everything correct on the post.
And then you brought in Robert, and you weren't at home at the time, but what did you think when you got in on this, Robert?
It was a little bit surreal at first. I didn't think this was actually happening, and once we actually got on the phone with him and started talking to him, I just knew right then and there that was our dad. It was quite emotional.
But just your voices as you all talk to me, I mean, just right there and then. And there is for sure a very strong physical family resemblance. Did you guys see it? Or Roberto, Amanda, did you see Robert or Amanda when you looked at the first picture? Did you say, oh, for sure, that's our biological dad?
Oh yeah, definitely. We could see it. I had a lot of people saying that if my dad didn't have his beard, I would look exactly like him.
Yeah, you need to get some facial hair, boys. You got to catch up here with your dad.
Oh yeah, we're slacking on that.
So you mentioned the phone. You haven't seen each other yet, but you did talk on the phone. Roberto, tell me about this. As you said, you've been looking for your sons for these 20 years. You're suddenly about to talk to them on the phone. I mean, that's got to be nervous. What are you thinking about? What do you want to say to them?
I just want them to know that I love them to death. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to hug them. I just can't wait. It's been overwhelming these last 3 days.
I mean, what about for you guys, too? Suddenly you got the biological father that, you didn't know anything about. That phone conversation, Mando, when you spoke to our CBC reporter there locally, you indicated it was a pretty emotional phone conversation. What about for the two of you?
Oh, there was a lot of crying. A lot of or most of the time it would just be parts of the phone call where it would just be us crying to each other, and we could barely even form words. So there was just lots of I love yous and I want to be there for you, and we were just so happy that we finally reconnected with each other.
So Robert, what are you hoping? What kind of relationship are you hoping for the three of you now?
Oh, I hope we stay in touch now. I hope we don't fall out of touch anymore. I want to be in touch with them. I want to have certain special occasions with them. I want to do things with them. I want to be, if they let me, I want to be there for them in every way I can, you know?
Because you've got an adoptive family there in Edmonton. You don't want to pull them away from that. You've got a life in Edmonton, and it sounds like everybody's all really involved and happy to have this reunion. What about you, Robert? What do you think? I can't believe you haven't gone to see him yet. You got to get on a plane, boys.
I know. I got to get on a plane. Funds a little bit low right now, but I'm working on it. I really am working on it.
Well, I hear there might be some talk for the two of you, Mando and Robert, and maybe over the holiday season. Is that what you're thinking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sometime before Christmas. If we can't do before, we'll definitely do, like, after, or maybe come for New Year's.
Well, make sure you invite us to that reunion, because we'd like to have our cameras there to see that when you actually get to meet and not just talk. Hey, Mando, what's the lesson of your story, do you think?
The lesson of my story would just be, don't have any doubts, you know. You never know when a post like this will pop up, and if it is you, it could turn out to be something like this. So just never give up. Never give up on hope.
And maybe I'll put the same question to you too, Roberta. You got to give your partner top marks for saying, "Hey, let's give it a try on Facebook." I mean, what do you think is the lesson of all of what's happened to you and your boys?
Oh, it's just amazing. It's like I'm lost for words, you know, like super overwhelming. I'm super happy about all this. And if anybody's looking for their parents or kids are looking, just put a post up on Facebook. Don't be shy. Put it up there. Same thing could happen to them as it happened to me. So wish them luck.
Know. You never know.
Yeah.
What a lovely opportunity to meet all three of you. Thanks for sharing your story. And lovely to see how meaningful this has been. And as I said, hope you get to see each other face to face soon. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.